CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN.
Hey guys, the chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, the glasses are off. This is very serious. We have our Season 25 full sneak peek. So we're going to go over everything. We're going to show you the whole tech tree. I'm going to try to show you the deck layouts. I haven't been an issue there with the computer. But first off, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on everything that is Season 25. We're going to cover everything each and every single day. Break down the meta like we always do, so make sure that you subscribe, and I do appreciate it if you use the code CHICKEN in the shop if you're going to grab instant training for this season. So, that being said, let's just take a brief overview of the tech tree here while I tell you guys the most exciting thing about this season. We're going to go back and talk about all this stuff here, but, so, March ahead. Now, I, like you, assumed that this meant nothing, right? It was just another slushy, or whatever that you know, sometimes they throw these titles in, they don't make any sense, or they don't work. This is very exciting. What March ahead actually means is we're going to get more keys, and we're going to get more tokens. How many? I don't know. I'm not allowed to tell you. I'm not privy to those numbers specifically, but what I can say is we will receive a few gifts that we see. You know how like in the shop sometimes they'll give us like a random like 20 keys and like 300,000 tokens or something like that. We're going to receive a few of those along the season. So we don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know why, but we know that we're going to get some gifts from Supercell in terms of tokens and keys throughout the season at some point, and that's cool. That's pretty exciting. That's going to allow people that had a bad season last season to progress more easier. It's going to really open up the meta. It's just going to allow people that... it's just going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be easier, faster progression for everybody. It's going to be less grindy, and I think that's great. So I'm very excited to see that. If you guys are excited to see that, make sure to leave a like down below on this video. And, yeah, we can tell Supercell that everyone was hyped up about this, and to keep the changes coming to Warships, because it's an amazing game. It really is. And, you know, I have a lot of... I don't know. I just love Warships. I think it's awesome, and I think if they just keep making small little tweaks like this to it, it's going to be nothing but good things. So, with that being said, let's dive into the tech tree. Now, what do we have right off the start? Pretty standard. We do have a bit of a longer run. We typically have 3 like nodes before the, like, including the gunboat. It's like gunboat, mortar, building damage, then machine gun. So it's gonna be a little bit more expensive to get to 3 engines right off of day 1, but we have heavies before that. So we know we have heavies, we have flares, we have mines, we have building damage. We know it's gonna be a heavy rush meta coming in off the top. We also get Zukas unlocked as a freebie, so that we only have to spend tokens there. So yeah, I'm thinking right off the start, we're going to want to grab heavies, max them out, of course. We're going to max out our building damage, max out our mines, and we're going to grab flares, get them up to something healthy like tick 3, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to move up out of 3 engines. Now let's look ahead here. Now, the first thing that we notice, we have a very early Kavan this season. That is interesting, because Kavan is usually the hero at the end of the season, so we don't typically, I know sometimes we get him around 4 engines, but not usually right after 3, so that's good, that's exciting. That means it's just going to allow people to to not have any issues with clearing bases when we have second wind. So now we have the top, the bottom, and the middle path. Now this multi-node here is nothing special, so we can skip that. If we're riding on the top path, we're looking at riflemen, smoke, boom cannons, which are always important, and we also have bombardiers. Having bombardiers and Kavan and heavies at so early before the 4th engine is crazy. It's crazy. So to me, what that says, especially without any building health, right out of the gates, this is an offensive meta. This is just get to the bombardiers as quickly as you can. You know, it's funny. It's actually going to be a race between bombers and heavies. Heavies might actually be better than bombers for a little bit, just simply in terms of speed. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. So I'm thinking if you have a lot of keys, maybe go the bottom route, grab Kavan on your way to getting bombers, and then go up and unlock the top stuff. Or, if you don't have a lot of keys, take the top route and go down and grab bombers, and then make your way to the 4th engine. Now, let's take a look at what we have past 4 years here. So, past 4 years, we have troop damage. So, if things weren't offensive enough, it's going to become even more of a base race, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, look at it this way. Like, sure, a base race meta can get grindy, can get a little bit annoying sometimes, but that versus a meta that stalls progression, makes it impossible to get chests, I think we're going to take the base race every day of the week from now on, right? So it's going to be interesting either way. So in comes troop damage, rocket choppers. We have our first prototype. They're all level 1s here. Hot pot, laser beam, doom cannon. We do have bullet here, but I mean, we already have Kavan, so you know, maybe Kavan and heavies will actually be decent there with troop damage. That could be something to rush towards. We're also going to have warriors there too, so that's going to be interesting. Let's take a look at this multi-node here. Here we have our second set of prototypes. We've got our shock blaster level 2, Simon level 2, and laser beam level 1. Probably going to go with the shock blaster if we are taking this multi-node, versus here is going to look like the doom cannon, I think. So we have shock mines. We've got artillery. Artillery is far enough down. It's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be a barrage artillery meta. We've also got shock launchers. So this is where the bases are going to start to get beefier. And then we have 5 ERs, and then we have building health. So this is going to be a huge push point to get to 5, to get to that building health. That's going to be a major transition from 4 and kind of the base race meta that we're going to be seeing. So after 5, we can get our building health. I can't see many guys running Everspark. I know a lot of people fell in love with her in, what was it, season 21 or 22. She was a star, but from, I don't know, overall I don't think she's going to be as good. We have heavy choppers here after the 5th engine. And we got troop health. We have another round of prototypes. We got the sky shield. So this is when our defense is going to get beefier. We got barrage over here by itself if you want to go that route. Yeah, so I mean, it's hard to say. Obviously, it's hard to say what's going to be the best at 5. We don't know just yet, but there's a lot of good stuff there. So we can move on to 6 right here. And then after 6, we get the building damage. We got a multi-node there. That's not too exciting. Seekers are after 6 engines, so it's going to be a tough... I think it's going to be a tougher season for the Seeker guys, even though we do get bullet early. Now, unfortunately... I think they did this just to troll us, guys, but they put that big fat key vacuum, aka the mech, right directly in the middle of the path from 6 to 7, and 7 is 165 keys, so we have to literally waste 42 keys on the mechs before we go to 7. I really don't like that. I feel like that's just poor design of the tech tree, but it is what it is, right? So we got Scorchers over here, we got another Sky Shield over here, some GB this way, and then we have brick finally. So nothing too crazy between 6 and 7. The building damage is probably the only thing aside from the prototype over here. So I'm thinking a lot of guys are probably going to go building damage, mech, Scorcher, and then the last prototype. Now I'm not as upset about the Scorcher, even though, you know, they're rarely useful. At least it's out of the way. So it's like, you know, if you really don't want to get it, you don't have to. That's why I don't like the mech putting it directly in front of an engine room or directly after, because I find that, whoa, that's a little bit annoying to deal with. So next up, after 7, what do we got? We got some multi-nodes, we got our building health, we got a gunboat energy, we got some beefed up prototypes. So it starts off a very offensive oriented season, and then as we get to about 5, that's when we're going to start to slam down the defenses. We got the shock mines, the shock launchers, we got the first building health, but overall, what do we have? We only have one. There's only 100% building health this season, and it's pretty delayed at that. So that's interesting. The building damage is, I think it's only 100% as well. I think there's only 2 building damages. Yeah, there's the one early on, and then troop health we have 1 and 2, 1, 2. We get 150 troop health, and troop damage I think we only have 100. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. If there's going to be so much, if there's going to be not much building health, it's a good thing that there's not too much troop damage too, especially since we get early bombardiers. Yeah, and early Kavan and early good heroes and things like that. So I think it's going to be a very interesting season. I think the season is really going to come down to when you make that transition from rushing your offense to rushing your defense, because We don't know exactly when the best time to do that is, when it's going to be right to go back and backfill versus pushing ahead and getting that one extra offensive thing that's going to make your attack that much better, that much faster. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. You guys let me know down below in the comments what you think about the season, what you think is going to be good, what you think is going to be bad, everything like that. Obviously, this is the developer build. That's why I got crazy keys and tokens and stuff. I didn't show you the deck layouts in the video, but if you join my Discord server, I'm going to post all the images there. My computer is it's right on the end of its life, so I wasn't able to simply save images and just bring them up in my recording software. That's how bad my computer is right now. So, but thankfully we were able to get the video out at least. So, yeah, but yeah, guys, if you watched the video to the end, I do appreciate you, and yeah, make sure you check out the Discord server if you want more in-depth info on the season. I'm gonna have like I'm gonna try to have a little mini kind of tech planner that OP usually does, not as in-depth as what him and Shish do, but just to get you guys off to a good start on the season and show all the deck layouts as well. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. That is gonna wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you out in Season 25. Season 25. Crazy. Checking out. Back.